Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Alan Graham and Inga Brown. And Alan, of course, is from Counts Realty, one of our regulars here on the show. And our last show together, Alan.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed. I'll miss seeing you, Don, but I look forward to seeing you out in the community events.
Oh, yeah, you bet. Well, I'll still be out and about, that's for sure. And Inga.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You were on last week, and we talked about first-time home buyers.
Right.
You know, but we did kind of touch on how you and the people at Mid-South Bank can help people repair their credit so they might be able to qualify for that first home.
Right. There are steps. I know a lot of people are curious, you know, they don't really understand their credit scores, and they may be embarrassed if they think they have a lower credit score. There are steps that they can take to try to repair their credit so that they can get ready to buy a home. They need to seek out help with an experienced lender. We can go over things, but I think the main things are reducing their debt is probably one of the main things. A lot of people, their credit card or revolving debts are too high, which can lower their credit score. Multiple inquiries on a credit report can also lower the credit score. Collections, medical collections. So those are things that we can look over. We can actually sit down with them and go over it and come up with a plan so that hopefully if they're not at the main, or the minimum credit score, so that they can purchase a home now, that hopefully in the future, 3-6 months down the road, that possibly they could be.
Now, your credit score says a lot about you, doesn't it, Alan?
It does, and so many people are intimidated because they've had some less than stellar credit performances, and they may have had a bankruptcy because of medical reasons, or because of college expenses, or because of job loss. And a lot of times they're really embarrassed to admit those things. But in reality, if we can go ahead and get all the truth up front about it, it makes it easier for myself and for somebody like Inga to help them repair that credit. And repair is possible. I've heard of people losing their homes and within 3 years being qualified for a new home, but they were able to go back and document the reason that they lost that home through a job loss or medical expense. And now they've got a proven track record of a consistency at a job. They're getting a monthly paycheck or a bi-weekly paycheck, and they're paying their bills. So they're back and they've restored themselves to a positive credit.
And I actually learned that from you, that after 3 years you can qualify as a first-time home buyer all over again for some programs, which is really quite interesting. Now, we had talked during the break about, this is what you guys do every day. And for home buyers, is how many homes do you buy in the course of a lifetime? I mean, me and Alan had talked about it. I mean, I think we bought 4, maybe 5 over the course of our 30-year marriage. And I had one when I was single before that. So it's just like, good grief, you only can learn so much when you buy a home every 7, 8, 10 years, whatever it is.
And I think education, seeking an experienced real estate professional like Alan or an experienced lender like myself, and I think education is part of it.
Well, it's so daunting, especially for the first-time home buyer. You guys have your own language, you use a lot of jargon, and there's a lot of little programs that you just don't know about.
It's funny, you hear the term WDO and you might think social disease, but it stands for wood destroying organism. And
sounds like an STD.
Yeah, and you've got EMD, which is escrow money deposit.
Oh, so the little blue pill doesn't fix that.
Yeah, and so what we're talking about here is we have our own jargon, and there are words and terms that we're familiar with and we understand exactly. But I have to remind myself that other people do not understand these things, and when I say them, they don't want to tell you they don't know what they are, and they just sit there. Oh, gee, okay.
Well, you have to ask questions, and that's really. So, say I'm a young person right now who's watching this. Maybe we're married, maybe have a little kid, and we're renting right now. We've saved our money. We're working. What's my first step? What should my first step be into buying that new home?
I would say call an experienced lender like myself. Let's get pre-qualified. See if you can either afford to buy this house or even qualify to buy the house.
Does that cost anything to get pre-qualified?
It does not.
So I could just give you a call, make an appointment, you can sit down, look at my financials.
Absolutely.
Doesn't cost me a thing?
No, sir. Absolutely not. And we'd be glad to help them.
Okay, how can we get in touch with you?
Our number at the bank is 215-5222. My cell phone is 348-7126. Of course, Alan knows how to get a hold of me. So I'd love to try to help anybody that I can.
And she'll answer on the weekends too. So
oh, wow.
I do.
That's when people are looking, is on the weekends.
Yeah, so much for that fable of bankers hours.
I know, that is a fable. There's no such thing. Not in my business.
Yeah. Well, Inga, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so
much. And of course,
much.
Alan, my friend, thank you. I look forward to seeing you. I'd shake your hand, but I got a little head cold.
That's okay.
But it's so, I'll give you the fist bump.
There you go.
It's so good to see you, my friend, and thank you for making such a great
Don.
contribution to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back.